Good morning. Good morning to each of you. I am Dr. Corrine Johnson, and I would like to welcome each of you on this morning to Grace for Today 5 Minute Devotional. And on this morning, our subject is going to be God is our deliverer. And our key scripture is going to be coming from the division of Psalm 3 and verse 4. And it says, I call out to the Lord, and he answers me from his holy mountain. And so, the first thing that I want you to understand on this morning is that it does not matter how many people come up against you. It doesn't matter who's strategizing evil against you. God is our deliverer. You know, our enemies try to tell us that God will not deliver us, right? But we know that he always does. And so this may happen, it may not happen in the way that we expect it to happen or how we wish it would happen, but God will not leave us helpless when we cry out to him and place our trust in him. We got to know this morning that God is a shield around us. And when we become discouraged, he is the lifter of our heads. And so, a lot of times when the adversary is coming against us, we become discouraged, right? Sometimes we feel like giving up. Sometimes we feel like we're hopeless. But I want you to know this morning that when you feel yourself getting to that place to where you want to throw in the tower, look towards heaven and open up your mouth and declare, God, you are the lifter of my head. And you say it as many times as you need to until you're able to lift up your head from that place of hopelessness, until you're able to lift up your head from wanting to throw in the towel. Because even when we could worry about things, you got to understand that when you know that God is your shield and that he's the lifter of your head, when you're tempted to worry about stuff, God will allow you to have a sleepful, peaceful night's rest. And when you wake up the next morning, you're going to feel refreshed and you're going to be ready to face another day. And so we don't need to fear no matter how many people or things or circumstances or situations are coming up against us, because God is greater than them all. And not only is he greater, but he will fight our battles for us while we rest in him. God deals with our enemies, and our deliverance comes from him. And so I want you to be encouraged today that you are not alone. Even when it seems like you can't hear the voice of God, even when it seems like his presence is not there, you are never alone. And God is always fighting for you. Even when it seems like the circumstances are getting worse, you better believe that our God, the deliverer, the one that is a shield for us, the one that is the lifter of our head, that he is behind the scenes and he's fighting for us. And he's causing all things to work together for you. And so don't worry about what your enemies are doing, because no matter how many of them gather together and call themselves trying to come up against you, be encouraged today and know that God is our deliverer and he is fighting for you. And so on this morning, we certainly thank God for each of you for tuning in and joining with us for Grace for Today 5 Minute Devotional. And it is my prayer that you will go forth on today and have a blessed day.